Hello everybody and welcome to Attunement Tarot. My name is Robin and we will be doing a pick-a-pile reading today, and the topic is going to be their feelings for you. So I will introduce the piles and the stones. So pile number 1, we have the Dendritic Opal Heart. With the Meraki Tarot. Let me show you the back of that card. And then pile number 2, we have I think it's, gosh, it's not Carowite. Darn it. I forgot what it was. I'll put it in the notes. Anyways, I have this heart. It's bright blue and it's beautiful. With the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot. Okay. And pile number 3 is a Tiger's Eye heart. With the Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. Now go on ahead and pick your pile, 1, 2, or 3. If you are drawn to more than one pile, or if there are a couple of people that you're involved with at this time, then, maybe even pick a pile for each one of them. And I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile 1. If you picked the Dendritic Opal Heart and the Meraki Tarot, this is your reading. So, like I said in the intro, this is going to be a reading of their feelings for you. And if you're drawn to more than one pile, feel free to watch those other readings. And remember that timestamps are in the description box below. So if you're not one for watching the shuffle or hearing me prattle on before the reading takes place, you can pop right to the reading. Okay, so this should be a fun one. We'll see how it goes. Okay. All right. I'd like to invite Spirit in at this time with so much gratitude and respectfully request a message for pile number 1, their feelings for you. Now, this doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It could be a friend, it can be a colleague, it can be anybody. Okay, commonly people will watch these videos for romantic information, but either way, it can be anybody. All right, just whoever is on your mind. So picture that person in your mind, and we'll get into it. Bottom of the deck energy is the 2 of Pentacles. So, you could have 2 different people on your mind, or you could be going back and forth about this person, or they could be feeling that way about you. So that's kind of the underlying energy. So perhaps if you suspected that they could possibly be juggling you with another person, let's read on and see what it says. Okay. Okay. Oh, I love that card. The Hierophant in this deck is so pretty. Okay, so their feelings for you. So I'll be reading these cards a couple of different ways, okay? So they could think that you are very smart. And this, with the Six of Cups in the middle, this is somebody that you've known for quite some time. You can have memories with them, right? And a nice soul connection, okay? There is something about this relationship that is quite spiritual. They could think that you are of really high morals, and just like they think that you have a very good head on your shoulders with the Hierophant here, and that you could even be like this person who, is very wise, that people come to, or that they have come to in the past to get help and support with life situations and things of that nature, where you kind of come in like a guiding light, like kind of like a counselor of sorts. So the history is here. They feel very, loving towards you. You have a special place in their heart. They think that you are very, very smart and very wise and very compassionate, and that you have, like, basically that you have a very strong moral compass, okay? They also think that you are whip smart. They really do. They love the way that you talk. They love the way that you communicate and get your point across. There's something about the way that you carry yourself, pile number one, that this person sees in you and really admires about you. There is a centered calmness about you, a centered sense of like wisdom and groundedness. And, when you open your mouth to speak, you don't just speak to hear yourself talk. I mean, granted, there could be times when you're, having fun and joking around, and, it's not like you're fully uptight or they think that you're uptight by any means, but it's like when you have something to say, people listen. And they really, really admire that about you, pile number one. Okay? All right. So let's see. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Queen of Swords? Five of Wands. They could feel like it would be hard for them to win an argument with you. They could also feel like other people are competing with them for your attention. Okay. There's something about it here. There could be something also like, perhaps they think that you, with all your wisdom, that you can also be quick to give advice, or provide a lot of different ideas for how to go about doing something, basically excuse me, putting your 2 cents in, but not in a bad way. It's just, you're so smart that you just can't help yourself. But yeah, there's a couple of ways to read that energy, that they could have a hard time, or feel like they can't really compete with your intellect. Okay, so they could feel a little intimidated by you with the Queen of Swords here and the Five of Wands. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Six of Cups, please? The King of Wands. So they're very attracted to you. They see you as a very good leader. Okay? But I feel like their feelings for you, with the King of Wands coming off of the Six of Cups, this could even be an old connection you've had for quite some time, where maybe the roles that you played with one another were more friendly, or just not romantic, and like maybe you haven't seen each other for a while, now you've seen each other again, and they're like, whoa, like they've come to discover that they feel a sense of attraction towards you, pile number one. Okay, so that's really exciting. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Hierophant, please? 10 of Cups. So the Hierophant is also a commitment card, okay? It's like commonly a, a card of marriage. It's a card of contracts as well, And with the 10 of Cups right on it, kind of embellishing the message that it has is like this person, they know that they have a past with you, and they definitely they could either see a committed future with you, or they can see you as just being this person in their life that is going to be there. Like, and not just like, oh, they're going to see pile number one being there for them, and you just being there for them. It's more like, no, like you're a part of my community. You're a part of my soul family. Like this bond that we have. Like there's a bond here. Okay? There's a bond here. And they really, they want you in their life for the long haul. No matter what role you play. Right? Yes. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Five of Wands, please? The King of Pentacles. Yeah, they could feel like in order to compete for your attention, that they have to have some amount of money or some groundedness, some like really stable, not even just plan, like something, yeah, that they've had a plan, but now that their plan has been put into action, that there's ground underneath their feet. Pile number one. I feel like your person feels like if they're gonna like be with you and be committed to you, that they can't show up empty handed. And I don't mean that in a shallow way. Like they know that you need like someone to co-create with you, because you have such a strong foundation in not just in your regular tangible life, but like your spirit and your soul, like your heart and your mind and your character is so solid that they're coming towards you. They need to bring it. And with the King of Pentacles, that is like, I kind of see it as like the Emperor, like kind of the pre-Emperor energy, honestly, because they're very tangible, very grounded. They provide, they're committed, they're protective, but in a very quiet kind of way, not like aggressive. It's just very, very nurturing energy, and it's like it's a nurturer in all kinds of ways, right? So this person wants to take care of you. Like that's what it feels like to me. That, they want to take care of you. They I feel like they love you for sure. Like that's what I'm getting from here. And what's a little bit hazy is whether or not the love is fully romantic. This feels like a love that's very soul based. Like it wouldn't matter what role you played with one another in your life, and whether or not that role and that relationship would go through many different iterations, whether it be friends, lovers, whatever, that it would just kind of flow, and there would always be this 10 of Cups. But ultimately, if this person was going to be with you, and I feel like I want to say, if you were going to allow them to be with you, because I'm reading this like, it feels to me like pile number one, you're the prize. You may not even know how this person feels, with regard to, yeah, it's, you may not even know how this person really feels about you. You know that they care about you, you know that they're present, and you know that, but I think that they really admire you. There's a lot of admiration here. A lot of admiration here. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me more about the King of Wands, please? The Seven of Cups. Yeah, like what did I say? I couldn't tell whether or not these feelings were romantic, and maybe they've gone into romantic and come out of romantic. Maybe it's like it kind of is fluid somehow. And so when it comes to, it says Six of Cups, King of Wands, which is a very, very passionate and, you know, it's just a very sexy energy. Like, to be quite honest, it's a very sexy energy. It's like a very grounded, attractive, and also attracted energy. And so I feel like they feel to you, for you, like a very warm, they like warmth, so much warmth, and they find you attractive, and these feelings can be conflicted in them, and they can get confused by it sometimes, and they can go back and forth on what kind of role they want to play with you, you know, who they want to be to you in your life. You know, are they going to be your bestie? Are they going to be your boyfriend? Or your girlfriend? Or, you know, or just be like this person that loves you from afar and says, you know, hangs out sometime, whatever, who knows. But I feel like with the Seven of Cups that they're figuring it out, and they do have a little bit of their own emotional blockage with the Five of Wands here, like that kind of like as if they can't compete, or maybe there's something. They might hold you up on a little bit of a pedestal, perhaps, but they know they have to bring their A game. Okay, so, Spirit, can you tell me more about the Ten of Cups, please? The Four of Cups. That's interesting energy. So there's something here where when it comes to commitment, longevity, there's the feelings that are inside of this person. Okay. But then there's something that like holds them back, or maybe they talk themselves out of it. You know, like, oh, and not because they're rejecting you or they don't think that you're good enough. Like, typically with the Four of Cups, it's kind of like someone's just kind of sitting in the mush pot and like, here comes the Ace of Cups, and like they're like harumph, and they don't even see the opportunity, you know, and or they feel bored or they feel rejecting or whatever. I don't feel like this energy for this person is that for you. I don't feel like they feel that way about you. I get the sense that they go back and forth and they get confused. They have emotional fragmentation about how they feel about themselves coming to you. Okay. So, I mean, you definitely know this person. You may be watching this reading and being like, well, I think I might have an idea of who it is. So let's see. Okay, Spirit, who is this person? How will the viewers of pile number 1 know who this person is? Eight of Wands. Somebody that you communicate with frequently. So they could live at a distance. Five of Pentacles. They could be having money troubles, or they could be feeling out in the cold. You know, when we have communication and Five of Pentacles next to each other, this could be somebody that you haven't spoken to in a little while. Page of Cups. Somebody who feels like they owe you an apology. This could have been somebody that you recently had a falling out with. Maybe not a full-blown, like, you know, bottom is dropping out of the whole shebang, but something kind of happened, and maybe you guys lost touch for a little bit, and they've been feeling all out in the cold without you near, and like, so then they're like, oh no, and so sorry. So yeah, I think that this person is someone you may not have spoken to in a little while, but is somebody that you know, have spoken with a lot. They could live at a distance with this, you know, Eight of Wands, sorry. also indicates travel. So they could also live at a distance. So if they're living at a distance, they could just really be missing you. So that's another way to read this energy. And with the Page of Cups, either they feel like they need to apologize for something, or they haven't spoken to you in a while. There may not be any apology needed, but they are definitely like wanting to reach out to you. Because this is a messenger. Cards of pages are messengers, and like pages is like initiating communication here, and initiating emotional communication. So they very well could be coming out of the woodwork here to, you know, tell you how they feel. Okay, so pile number 1, that is what I have for you. Let me know in the comments if this reading resonated, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye. Best of luck with this one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you picked the kyanite heart, that's what it's called, and the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot here, this is your reading. Okay, and as I was saying in the intro, this reading is going to be their feelings for you, okay? Now, there's timestamps in the description box, so if you want to hop right over to the reading, feel free. Or if you'd rather watch me shuffle and listen to me prattle on and invite spirit in and all the things, then, you know, keep on watching. Another thing is, if you're drawn to more than one pile, feel free to watch those piles as well. You may even have more than one person on your mind, and so that could be fun to listen to different piles for different people. Okay. But yeah, this is kind of an unusual reading for me, and I'm feeling that as I read. You know, just kind of like saying they instead of you know? And when describing the feelings and describing the experience is kind of a trip. Okay. So let's invite spirit in at this time. With so much gratitude, and respectfully request a message for pile number 2, for their greatest and highest good when it comes to how their person is feeling about them. Please and thank you, Spirit. Now keep in mind that this can be a romantic partner, or somebody that you would like to be a romantic partner, or you know, anybody, okay? It's the person that's on your mind. So you want to hold this person in your mind's eye, okay? And then we will start reading. Bottom of the deck energy is the Empress. So, I mean, they could... what they feel about you, I mean, they just think that you're the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. And that, you know, whatever you create is lovely. This could even be somebody who you could be having children with. Let's say, for instance, you could even be thinking about, I doubt it, but you never know, thinking about your own kid, and so it's like they're seeing you as like the best mom in the world. So, you know, this person just thinks that you are an ephemeral beauty that possesses so much nurturing power, creativity, and magic. Like they are in awe of you. Pile number 2. Okay. So let us go ahead and see. Okay, so this could be, all right. I would wonder whether or not you and this person are could quite possibly be going through a divorce if this is somebody that you were in a long-term committed partnership with, or, and that's very specific, or it's someone who you have had a falling out with or have had a conflict. I don't get the sense that it was like a violent conflict or an abusive conflict. I get like this is like a battle of wills, you know? And I get the sense that your person feels like they really biffed it with you, like big time. Like they're feeling very regretful of what they have done. Perhaps there was some other people involved. They want to make it right, but they don't know how just yet. Okay, they want to make it right, but they don't know how just yet, but it's there. Truth and bringing this connection back into balance is their main focus right now. They are having a bit of a time feeling very bummed, so they're going to be taking a bit of a time to feel to kind of lick their wounds a little bit, but it's not wounds necessarily that you gave them, it's wounds that they gave themselves, and they're gonna just kind of have their time to process that. But once they start feeling like they're coming out of that, I don't know, maybe like a few days, probably like 5 days, anywhere from 5 to 10 days, or anywhere from 5 to 11 days, I would imagine. They're going to try to get back in your good graces, most definitely. Ultimately, that's their goal. That's their goal. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me more about the 5 of Wands, please? The Sun. Yeah, something came to light here. I mean, there may or may not even be other people involved. Sometimes the 5 of Wands indicates some sort of competition. Even if this isn't a romantic partner, another way to read this energy is that you two, like, they competed with you about something and kind of took it too far. They could have taken it too far with their actions or words. I don't get the sense that they sabotaged you in any way, but it was just something. I can't really pin my finger on what the conflict was about, but there is some conflict, and they definitely feel super bad about it. And the Sun is here, so this is interesting. This could even be like they feel like you are so important to them and so special. Like you make them very, very happy. You make them very happy, and they think that you're just like amazing, right? And so that's why they're in this regretful place and kicking themselves in the butt for having done whatever it was to kind of be out here, cast out in the wasteland, so to speak. Excuse me, I had to drink some water. My throat was getting dry, and I have this incense going right here, and it's just kind of bugging me a little bit, so I think I'm gonna put that out. It's usually pretty light, but like I've been kind of dealing with some like respiratory thing. So anyways, I won't go on. So we'll read on more. Sometimes as a reader, you just doesn't click right into place, you know. There's something about this Sun here, though. They love you. They think that you're so bright and awesome, and you do make them happy. So that's why they're just like, why would I go ahead and be a total douche or like a dick to them? Like, what? Why did I do that? That was totally dumb. Okay. Strength. So yeah, right now they know that when they're done feeling sorry for themselves and feeling sad and regretful, and I'm not trying to cast any shade or judgment on them, it's just kind of that's the energy here. Um, they are focused on bringing things back into balance with you. They know that it's going to take a lot of courage. They also know that it's going to have to take a lot of like their own like emotional maturity, like really bringing in like the most mature and most grounded and honest part of themselves. This experience for them and coming towards you to make amends is something that they may not be fully used to, and so they know that when they do it, that they gotta really bring it and also be like not just convincing, but they want you to know and they want you to believe them when they come forward to try to make amends with you. That's what's coming across very strongly. It's very important to them that you take them seriously when they come back and try to like make amends, okay? Okay. And that you believe them when they tell you how much you mean to them and how they see you and all of that. But this could be challenging for them. This may be a person who's not very good at expressing themselves emotionally. So they know that when they do, it's like it's going to take, like they're really going to have to like dig deep and put effort into it. Not that they have to dig deep to like reach their feelings for you at all. It's more like they have to dig deep to put it into words. Okay. Because they're usually a very action-oriented person. Like they do things. And they could even be a little impulsive sometimes. Like they have to tame themselves from time to time. So they know that they really have to like be very balanced. There's a theme of balance here with justice, of course. And there's also a theme of balance with strength. It's balancing out that id and that super ego, okay? All right, Spirit, can you tell me more about the Five of Cups? The Three of Wands. So they could be waiting for you to reach out to them, or they're just waiting for the right time to come. And that could be in alignment with, hey, this is going to take a little bit of time because they need to like process whatever this grief is happening over here, right? Inside of them. They could definitely be keeping an eye on you from afar as well. Maybe they're watching your social media or like keeping tabs in some way. It's like this person is being somewhat strategic but not calculated, if that makes sense. They're very much present with what's going on with themselves and how they feel and how they messed up. And they're also very intentional about when they come forward and how they come forward, okay? All right, Spirit, can you tell me more about the Sun, please? The Page of Cups. Yeah, that's the apology. That's the apology. They want to make things warm and good with you again after this conflict by bringing an apology. And they know that they need to initiate that. So this is good. It's like when they approach you, they are going to do so in a very soft way. I feel like internally in their mind, they're going to be pretty like they could be a little bit nervous, they could be a little self-conscious, what have you, but it's kind of like pushing through that and showing up and being soft. Okay? Yeah, they know that they have to tread lightly. They know that they have to tread lightly, and they also know that they can't just, come forward and like beat you over the head with their apology or anything like that. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me more about the Strength card? The Ten of Cups. Yeah. This is Ten of Cups, Justice, Strength. I mean, it's like, yeah, this person just wants to get back where things were. They want to bring things back into balance with you. The Ten of Cups is like, commitment energy, long term. Like, you make this person very, very happy. Pile number 2. You make this person very happy. You could even be the mother of their children or child here, because this is the Mother card. See? And yeah. And this is family. This is sunshine, rainbows, family, all the feels, all the feelings. And it can be overwhelming at times because, tens are really great, but they're also a lot. It's a lot, no matter what suit it is. But yeah, I mean, I think that they know that there's a lot on the line here. That's why they're coming with this strength. The strength is right in the center. Right in the center. So it's like they know that there's a lot riding on this. There's a lot on the line for them. Okay, so Spirit, can you tell me more about the Three of Wands? The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, they're definitely working their way. That song, I'm not going to sing it, but Working My Way Back to You, Babe. It's a really old song. It's an old Motown song. It's a really beautiful song. But like, yeah, they're working their way back to you, and like I had said earlier in the reading, like I get the feeling that they're being strategic but not calculating. Like they're being very intentional. Okay. They could also be, while they're taking the time and licking their wounds, or just kind of like, being like, ooh, like, and watching you from afar and like taking a little bit of time away. They could be focusing outside of this situation. They could also just be focusing on their work so that they can actually not think about you constantly. So that's another way to read that energy as well. Okay. So yeah, I mean, pile number 2, it looks like your person absolutely loves you, adores you, completely regrets whatever it was that they did that had some sort of conflict here. And they're coming in with an apology at some point soon. You are very, very important to them. They think that you're just amazing and lovely and beautiful and wonderful and all the things. And they're just taking their time before they come back and really make like the best effort. So let's go ahead and do what I did for pile number 1. Spirit, how will the person watching pile number 2, how will pile number 2 know who this person is, Spirit? Page of Swords. Somebody that keeps an eye on your social media. They could even be a student of sorts. 7 of Swords. Somebody that was being sneaky. 7 of Cups. Yeah, they were being sneaky, and they were also causing you some confusion, or maybe they were like feeling emotionally fragmented about this relationship, and so you felt like they were kind of being shady or what have you, or distant. And so, so maybe they weren't saying much, or what they were saying to you was just like little effort, like small input. That's one way to read this energy. Another way to read this energy is how you would know this person is that they could tell small lies from time to time and create these illusions. You could feel like you have a difficult time trusting them. And it's not, I mean, it could be like just little lies that are like unnecessary, like silly things that just, it's like there's no point to even like, you know, like why would you lie about whether or not you wore your Nikes today over your flip-flops? Like it doesn't, like it's like stupid stuff that like would have no bearing on anything. Like it's something like that's coming across. um the other thing is that they could also just like tell you little lies by omitting certain important details as well. So this, and that's why I think pile number 2 that this person is like so intentional about coming back and wanting to make sure that you believe them. You know, earlier in the reading that came through too. So yes. So yes. That's how you'll know who this person is. Okay, so pile number 2. I wish you a lot of luck with this, and I just kind of get grounded in yourself. I get the sense that this isn't the first time that this person has kind of done this. So you want to be a little aware of if this is a cycle, if they're coming back to hoover you back in and love bomb you, then be wary of that. Okay, because ultimately the majors that are here, pile number 2, is the justice and the strength and the sun. Those are the biggies. Those are the majors that are here. Justice, strength, and sun. So we've read this whole reading as from their perspective of how they feel about you. But I also feel like these 3 cards are going to be our solid reminders and invitations from Spirit for you to keep in mind when and if this person approaches, or not even if, like when, I should say, when they approach you again. So what do you consider strength and truth and justice and balance in your life? What is it that you want to shine the light on here as well? Okay, so pile number 2, I'm going to leave it there. Go ahead and tell me in the comments if this resonated with you. And best of luck, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you picked the small little tiger's eye heart, okay, with the Tarot of the Woodland Wardens, then this is your reading. I'll put that little dude right there. Boop. Okay. So the focus of this reading is their feelings for you. Okay? And the timestamps are below. And this deck is brand new and very thick, so it is hard to shuffle waterfall style. So I forgot about that. So either way, yes, the timestamps are below, and you can just click right to the reading portion in the description box, okay? Or if you would like to watch the clumsy shuffling with this gigantic deck, it's definitely not a criticism. Like, this deck is so pretty. God, it's so pretty. And I really, really love it. Like, honestly, I resonate with a lot of decks, but the ones that I find I resonate with so much are ones that have, like, animals and stuff on them a lot, and flowers and things. Okay. But yeah, it's beautiful. Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. And this person also has an oracle deck. And that came out a while ago. I feel like this tarot deck is very new. I think it may have just come out not that long ago. But yeah. So yeah, timestamps are below, and I'll go ahead and finish up shuffling here, or start with the hand over hand piece, because this way is a little bit clumsy. Okay. Okay. I'd like to invite Spirit in at this time with so much gratitude and respectfully request a message for pile number 3. Their feelings for them, their person's feelings for them. How is their person feeling about them? Now, pile number 3, you want to hold this person in mind. It's the person on your mind, person you've been thinking about. You know, maybe you have a crush, or maybe you had a little bit of a falling out and things could be feeling a little precarious, or what have you. Whatever the situation may be, hold that person in your mind at this time, and we will go ahead and get into it. Whoops. The 6 of Wands wanted to come out, so this person could feel like you get a lot of attention. They could even be somebody who is in the public eye. Maybe either one of you recently got some recognition at work for something that you've done. Either you or your person could be pretty attractive, and you know, maybe there is some feelings about whether or not, and then there's the Hermit kind of flipped up and out in reverse. There could be, you know, maybe even a little bit of jealousy could be a part of this connection as well. Okay, bottom of the deck energy is the Chariot, major for Cancer. Okay, so this could be somebody that you were, you know, somebody wanted to take a trip with you, and there's a travel card and a plan card as well. Or this could be somebody who drives a cool car, or they think that you drive a cool car, or there's some sort of plan that's going to be moving forward and there's some sort of success here. You know, but the overall, like the big energy here is moving forward, creating balance with these light and dark energies to find the middle way here. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at how they feel about you. Oh my. So in the tarot, the 8 of Wands is also known as like the love arrows. There's all kinds of love arrows coming, okay? So this is communication, planning, could even be travel. So this person with the King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, like they, all systems go when it comes to you. All systems go. They want to come towards you and plant a seed for a longer term, like they want to invest in this. They feel very loving towards you. They just, and it's a mature love. It's a mature love. They really, really, they care about you in a very deep way. And they're willing to put in the time and the energy and the communication to really grow this with you. This is beautiful. Straight out the gate. And if it isn't, any kind of connection it is, whoever it is, they love you and they are committed to staying connected with you and having plans and communication for forward movement with you, okay? All right, so Spirit, can you tell me more about the King of Cups, please? The Death. Oh, man. Okay. So this is interesting. You could read this a couple of ways, okay? I don't get the sense that this person's feelings have died. I don't get that sense at all. I get the sense that this mature sense of love could have been something that recently dawned on them. Okay. I know that sounds a little like a Hallmark, movie, but stay with me. It could have been something that just dawned on them in light of maybe something that has irrevocably changed for them in their own life. Okay. There could even be an ending of something that's like been a blockage within them or something, right? Like maybe a personal dynamic is, gone way of the dodo bird, and like here they are kind of waking up to this new mature, because this is emotional maturity at its most high here. Okay, so let's just keep the Death here and we'll pull more cards on it and kind of get more insight. But that really means that there's something irrevocably changing or something has changed. Okay, but this does not overpower all this. Okay, this is something that's here that is like this is a component of what is behind this or underneath it. There's something about it that's really kind of like, I feel like this is kind of the new day that's dawning here. Okay, so Spirit, can you tell me more about the Eight of Wands, please? The Ten of Wands. If you two live at a distance from one another, that can be a hardship. Okay, that can be a hardship. And let's say, for instance, if this is a long distance relationship, it takes a lot of emotional maturity to stay invested in that because it is challenging. Like you could have challenges of missing each other. You could have challenges of just how do you stay connected, and just communication is really the only way of connection. You don't have that physical everyday in person experience, and so that can be challenging. Yeah, and with the Chariot, it is like the travel card too, the car and stuff like that. So Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups. I feel like despite the Ten of Wands, that this is like, this person is definitely invested, pile number 3. Like this Ace of Pentacles, it's like, here it is. Like this is the seed that's being planted. I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to water it, nurture it, grow it over time. All the things. Like, for this Two of Cups. This Two of Cups is so beautiful and so lovely. And, it does take a lot of emotional maturity to continue and to invest in something that can be challenging. But this person sees that it is worth it. It is worth it because one day the distance will, the gap will close and you'll be able to be together. Now, the Ten of Wands is also another aspect, is that it's a labor of love. Okay, it's a labor of love, and this person, they could drop the wands at any time, but they're continuing to carry the wand. They're continuing to do it because, they see the castle in the distance. They see the end in sight, and they know that they just have to carry it for a little while longer, right? And the reward will be, just as sweet or even more so, right, for it. Excuse me. Okay. Spirit, can you tell me about the Death card, please? The Seven of Wands. Yeah, I mean, this could be, like I said earlier, like this could be something where this person is letting their guard down. Maybe they had a little bit of maybe there were some boundaries around their heart and that melted away, you know, like there was some sort of death to this defensive energy or guarded energy in order for the emotional maturity to come through. That's one way of reading this energy. Another way of reading this energy is that, you know, things have changed here irrevocably. And now with this commitment, the sense of commitment here, with the Seven of Wands, it's like this is the hill that they're going to die on, you know, like they're going to stand for it. They're going to fight for it. Okay. All right, Spirit, can you tell me more about the Ten of Wands, please? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, building a foundation. Building a foundation, a strong foundation. Okay. And that's a part of this process. Communicating, planning, traveling when you need to, you know. I definitely get the sense that this is like I'm reading. It's pretty specific. It feels so strongly to me like a long distance relationship here. But, you know, any of the dynamics that come through can be applied no matter what the content is, like the actual like 3D details. What I think is important here is that whatever's going on, the labor of love is for the purpose of building a strong, solid foundation to have this, right? Working together. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me more about the Two of Cups, please? The Nine of Wands. Interesting. So the Nine of Wands, that's also like the wounded warrior, right? It's somebody who continues to try and continues on. Because we have the 9 and then we have the 10. And the 10 is at the center of the reading. So that's very significant. It can be challenging. But the love and the reward here is very very potent. And the work that's being put in to create a solid foundation here, despite the distance, despite whatever it is that is causing this challenge and creating weariness to a degree. So yeah, they feel very committed. Their commitment, their willingness and like fortitude and like, yeah, just their willingness to see this through and to keep going is coming. They're really harnessing their emotional maturity to do it, because they know if they were to throw in the towel that would just be petty. And it's like, why do that? You know, like this is the long-term seed here. And this is important, but it can be challenging, and it could have even been quite a while that this, you know, it could even be like, say if they were staying with the long distance story, you know, I get the sense that there is an end in sight, but it could be a while. So like, for instance, say if somebody moved away to like go to school, but when they graduate, they'll be able to come back, or, you know, when they graduate, you know, maybe this person will move to them or whatever the case may be. But there is some sense of like years, you know, like it could be, you know, 2 years, 3 years, where like then you'll be long distance for this certain amount of time, but then once you get there, then it's like there's a time limit on it. And so that's why I feel like this is very challenging, and it's like continuing to do the same thing, even though it can be very painful. It can be painful, I feel like, to be apart. I don't know why I'm just like sticking with that long distance relationship story. Let me see if I could find another narrative in here too, though. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this could even be continuing to invest and be in the relationship. I don't see anything like toxic or bad or violent or abusive or funky. Um, but it could even be like staying in something despite a particular aspect that makes it challenging, whether it be distance or whatever, right? So I feel like your person can sometimes feel, I get the sense that your person, they might go back and forth between like their emotional mature side and the commitment and the love that they have for you with this Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, like this very real experience. Can often, it can be hard to keep that optimism, not because they lack in any feeling for you, but how they feel in their more vulnerable moments. When the challenge arises, they might tell themselves, like, I keep doing the same thing over and over, and you know, what if this doesn't change, or like I'm just kind of feeling a bit battle weary here, you know. um so there is that, but ultimately I feel like they're definitely invested, and they're just like pushing through, because the Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, I mean, and with the Seven of Wands even speaks to the determination as well. You have the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands, which are both cards of like determination and continuing on either side of the Three of Pentacles. So this here's another story. This just came through loud and clear. This could be a connection and a partnership that has gone through something. And so that old version of the relationship has died. So now this is about building and starting over. And starting over takes a lot of emotional maturity. And that happens with people in long-term relationships. It really does. Where they're fighting to rebuild, they're fighting for the relationship, they're reinvesting, they're building it back, you know, anew. That happens. That definitely happens a lot with people over and over, you know. I think it might be Esther Perel. She's a relationship psychotherapist. Freaking brilliant. Look her up. But you know, you could fall in love with the same person many different times in the relationship and reinvent and have the relationship. But it takes the commitment, it takes the investment, and so that's what I think. That's who I think I'm reading for in this pile number 3. So I'll go ahead and say, how would pile number 3 know who this person is, Spirit? the Hanged Man, the Fool, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, that totally speaks to what I just said. Building back, starting over after conflict, and looking at things from a new perspective. Okay. This could even be, you know, maybe there was a pause of some kind after the conflict, before the renewal, before the starting over, the whole brand new cycle. And this is a lot, like, this is a very spiritual card. This is a very healing card. The Hanged Man energy. This is like having gone through something quite painful and just having to surrender until the spiritual awakening comes, you know. And love is a choice. Love is a choice, you know. And so that's what I think this pile is saying. I also have Cancer energy here, Aries, and I believe Gemini. Maybe even Virgo? Anyways, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah. Okay, pile number 3, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this helped. If it resonated, please tell me how it did in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. This looks very, very good, very committed, very solid. Okay, bye.